world needs to produce more food in the next 50 years than it has produced in the history of mankind so far. So that's already one indicator that we have to do something radically different than we're doing now. So what we do as IDH, we bring together first mover companies who take this seriously, NGOs and governments into big programs to really make a difference into these commodity sectors and really go for market transformation. So what we aim for is making sustainability the license to operate in these sectors. The good news is that a number of very important companies in the world are taking this very seriously. They realize that if they want to stay in business in the future, they have to radically change their supply chains and make them much more sustainable than they are now. Not just because they feel they need to do something because of responsibility, but also because they understand that it is the future. So it is a commercial proposition to them. They are investing in it also because they realize that if they want to make profit and keep on making profit in the future, they need to do this. And that's why the Dutch government has set up IDH, the Dutch Sustainable Trade Initiative, to facilitate this process with companies, with governments and with NGOs. We are a small country, but we are a very important player for a number of very important commodities. We are the number one in cocoa in the world. We are, after China, we're the number two in soy in the world. We are an important player in tea. And I can go on, in flowers, etc. An example is cocoa. We have a big program on improving the productivity and quality and sustainability of cocoa in West Africa, together with the big companies. We run a major program on tea, together with Unilever, Sara Lee, Twinings, certifying about 25% of world export production of tea in the next 5 years. We have a big program on cotton. Cotton is the most polluting crop in the world. And the good news is that a number of big retailers, IKEA, H&M, M&S and Levi, have joined forces to change this complicated supply chain. And together with the NGOs, they are now going for mainstream certification of better cotton production. Another example is aquaculture, and we can't harvest more fish from the oceans. Everybody knows that. So the answer is aquaculture. But we need to get aquaculture sustainable. So what we are doing is we run a big program with WWF and a number of big retailers and processors to go for mainstreaming sustainable production of tilapia, pangasius, shrimp and salmon. Another thing we do is learning to facilitate the companies and NGOs to do this faster and to accelerate what they are doing. There's an awful lot of knowledge in, for instance, the coffee sector. We know now how to do these things faster and smoother. Same is true with palm oil. And these best practices, we translate them into mainstream and upscale and accelerate what's going on in tea or in fish or etc. I think the main point is we have to do this together. The problems are so huge, the challenges are so big that we can only solve these problems when we join forces. So companies, NGOs and governments have to work together to get these supply chains in order.